this comes into its own about now. These mountains are so big and steep, and the best way to look at them is look straight through. That's that big white one at the back there. That's Mount Crosscut. The Astons know. The big cliff on the right hand side of us now, that's Mount Christina. She's actually the second tallest mountain in Fiordland, about 2.5 kilometres tall actually. We can't see that much of her from here, we're only looking at her knee there, but we will be able to see the summit from around the corner. And so we're going to wind our way up this extremely deep, narrow valley, and we're going to hit the bottom of the valley shortly, and we're actually going to turn uphill, follow the valley back up into the mountains, and through a mountain, through the Homer Tunnel, before dropping back down to the big glacial valley that culminates in Milford Sound. And this just goes on for about 150 kilometres to the south, like this landscape. It's not just a couple of valleys. This is just huge. This is what Fiordland is. It's this. We were stopped here for about half an hour yesterday waiting for the road to open. So we're just finishing off the avalanche clearing. Need to wait today though. Speaking of rain, most of our weather comes from the west, so the western side is much wetter than the east. To give you, paint a bit of a picture of that, Christchurch is on the east coast, gets about 600 mils of rain annually. Queenstown is on the eastern side of the mountains only just. It gets about 750 mils of rain every year, still not very much. I live at the top end of Lake Wakatipu, at a place called Glenorchy. We get, which is actually just over those mountains, just over there, as a crow flies. We get about 1.2 metres of rain annually. Milford Sound, on the west of course, 9 metres of rain on average. Back in 2020, like 3 years ago, it broke its own record. That year it got 13 metres of rain. I'll paint a picture of how much rain that is. We had a big crane, connected it to the front of this funny looking bus, tipped the bus up onto its tail, kicked the front windows out. We could use this bus as a rain gauge, and after a year I would be the only one in the bus still sucking air. You'd all be underwater. That's how much 13 metres of rain is. Yeah. So this place gets mega rain, and not all of it falls as rain, a lot of it falls as snow in the wintertime. Yeah. Look at that beautiful river. That's the Hollyford River. And it gets pretty cold in here. So back in 2020 we had a big storm in February, and we had 1.4 metres of rain in 36 hours. Yeah. This road didn't survive that. It took them 6 weeks to get this road back open, washed away in about 6 places. But there's so much rain through here that there's no soil. It's just rocks and moss. You know, there's just so much rain all the time that nothing gets a chance to turn to soil. It gets washed away. So everything just grows on rocks and moss like this. Just moss. Even on the trees, it's just rocks. Just moss everywhere. Not a bad wee waterfall here on the left. Or on the other side, you've got this beautiful Hollyford River still. When it's properly raining, that waterfall nearly takes out the pedestrian bridge there. You do have to come to Milford Sound twice. One on a sunny day and one when it's puking with rain. When it's raining, this is another world again. All these cliffs around us, they're just pointy mountains at the top of these cliffs, eh? And when it rains, pukes with rain like it does, all this rain just falls straight off, and there's just mile-high waterfalls everywhere, like innumerable waterfalls, which is even prettier than this today. time of the year, for obvious reasons, we can't stop everywhere along this road, though we can in the summertime. If the reasons aren't obvious, it's because there's avalanche danger. Everywhere we were not surrounded in tall beech trees, we're in an avalanche zone.